Welcome to the American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise, luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream!
Welcome to the American Dream, Traverse City. I'm your host, Brian McGillivray, and we're inside one of the original buildings of the Northern Michigan Asylum, which opened in 1885. Definitely in need of a makeover. Today we're going to meet with one of the people responsible for the rebirth of these historic buildings into a vibrant community. So let's go see what you can do with 140-year-old brick buildings. At its heyday, the Traverse City State Hospital comprised 680 acres, 65 buildings, a working farm, and housed 3,600 patients, all just minutes from downtown. Over time, with medical advancements, the patient population shrunk, the buildings deteriorated, and the state closed the hospital in 1989. Over the next dozen years, it faced bulldozing on more than one occasion. This community is resilient, stubborn, and wasn't ready to give up on an important part of its history. Eventually, local leaders found the right people, the Minervini Group, who had the vision and resilience to take on this daunting historic renovation. We're here with Raymond Minervini of the Minervini Group, the family business that took over redevelopment of the village of Grand Traverse Commons and Building 50. Hey, tell me a little bit about how this got started.
The credit goes to Ray Sr., who was involved with a preservation group wanting to see Building 50, this grand building that we're in, preserved and reused. The idea was to create a mixed-use walkable neighborhood with apartments and condominiums and businesses and cafes, the bakery. And that was really what compelled us to do this, to preserve the buildings by giving them new life. It was really all about creating a place for people to live and to interact and to do business and have the needs of the day, all within walking distance of each other, surrounded by the beautiful parkland of the Grand Traverse Commons.
They must have really trusted you, because I walked through this building before it had started development. It's a huge structure, pretty amazing job you guys have done, and you really have created a community here. And not everyone actually knows about, because you're kind of tucked away inside the city.
Right. The very qualities that made it a great site for an asylum are part of why we're a little hidden off, because the idea for these asylums back in the old days was to create this park-like, bucolic setting in which to have a place for healing and therapy. It's a great way to preserve the context of this historic place, but keep it alive with these new uses. Yeah, we're about 75% completed with what's under roof, so there's still a lot of square footage yet to build out. Most of that's going to be apartments and condominiums. It's most of the way there, but there's still some ways to go.
There's still a lot of opportunity.
A lot of opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We're at Earth and Ales, one of my favorite breweries in Traverse City, with the owners and founders, Andrew and Jamie. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got into this brewery business.
My husband and I actually were home brewing before we met each other, so we were brewing separately. We ended up working in the same office on sustainability work at the city of Ann Arbor, and I brought him a growler from Shorts Brewing up north. And after that, we just started homebrewing together, started dating, started talking about beer more and more, and just at the end of the day, we always talk about beer, so that's kind of what led us to explore this a little bit more.
What brought you to locate your first brewery up here in Traverse City in the village at Grand Traverse Commons?
Andrew and I both used to be urban planners, so we have a love for renovations of historic buildings and adaptive reuse of properties. So the first time we saw this space, we kind of knew it was where we wanted to be, and we really like that we help people visit the village at Grand Traverse Commons and that we bring people here too, so we help people see the whole story and the history of this space.
So what do you find unique about this location?
A former urban planning professional who was focused on sustainability to use existing infrastructure, existing buildings, roadways that are already here, but you also get the benefit of character and patina that only comes through time.
What was this building originally?
So the building that our tap room is in was the paint shop. They were continually painting the buildings, furniture. It was a nonstop process.
You just don't get opportunities like that everywhere, and it's kind of what makes this a really special slice of people and places and things.
So thank you for joining us today at the Grand Traverse Commons, a growing and vibrant community full of real estate opportunity. I'm your host and real estate expert, Brian McGillivray, and this is your American Dream.